So getting into game number 1 and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran. Ooh, it is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the red Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. We have our setup. We have our second quarterfinals match. Again, Hero, he advanced on to the semifinals, and he's waiting for one of these two Terran players, either GuMiho or Cure. Once again, it is a bit of a shame that the two lone Terrans of the quarterfinals have to face off against each other. Chicken Man, what's going on, Bobby? What's happening? Just forcing the TvT. We're here for it. And honestly, this could go either way. GuMiho, he is known for being a TvT sniper. Likewise, Cure is no slouch either, and we do have some differing builds. Cure is going to be opening up double gas, and GuMiho opening up with a Rax expand. So economic opener out of GuMiho, going for a single gas geyser. Cure going for a faster factory instead. With this, he can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, into something more aggressive early on. We can go into earlier tank production, into a tank drop. We can go for early Cyclone production as well. Cure, he has options with how he wants to play this out. GuMiho, on the other hand, less so, as he is going to be just going for his own Nexus, or CC. Here we go. Cure's moving out. Hello, is this on the latest patch? Why wouldn't this be? What? The patch has been live for a couple of months at this point. It's been a couple of months. The answer is yes. There hasn't been a cast on the previous patch on this channel since the previous patch. True, true. So now we are moving out. So far, that factory is soon to complete. And Cure, he does bypass that first Reaper. He wants the SCV. Oh, does you first. It's getting quite close here, and it's... the SCV does help tank. Cure, he comes out on top, and he's going for the CC. Yeah, he's going for the SCV. He will delay. Nice pick off here by Cure. It should be a one-way trip, as the second Reaper has arrived. Cure, can he get away? I won't be able to. He should be hunted down. Reapers, they're on the chase. Second Reaper has arrived, and last Cure, he gets away. Very adventurous play here out of Cure, and did well for himself. He was able to snipe the SCV, he was able to delay the CC, and does escape with both Reapers. So very nice start. Able to disrupt the opener of GuMiho. Behind this, continuing his own Reaper Hellion production. Hellion, does accidentally rally in though. Taking a lot of hits. Takes a lot of hits. Here he will pull away. Does try to pull away. He's going to be cleaned up. GuMiho, he holds on behind this, working towards his own medevac. Interesting. Going to be setting up for some drop plays to reinforce. Meanwhile, Cure, with his own double gas opener, is going into earlier tech labs. We have a tech lab on the way in the factory, tech lab on the starport as well, working towards tank production, working towards either Banshee or Raven production as well. Cure is building up. Meanwhile, GuMiho gets some kind of damage. He gets one SCV. He delays mining time here at the natural. He delays the gas guides as well, so some decent damage here out of GuMiho. And we have the answer here. It's not going to be Raven first. It's going to be the Banshee. Banshee base opener here out of a Cure. Banshees can do a surprising amount of damage in this matchup. They can sneak out across the map. And if the opposing Terran player is out of position, I mean, this Banshee can wreak havoc. Cannon will wreak havoc. Again, a lot of the Korean Terrans are very fond of this. Players like Cure, Maru, Byun, all quite fond of incorporating the Banshee in TvT. We shouldn't be making any more than one. Like one at most two, but typically one. As GuMiho does drop into the main. It does go straight for the mineral line. Decent heli volley is going to be going up, but last the SVs, they do escape. And Cure, he reacts in time. He does respond. Shuts down the bio, forces back the army. At the same time, Reapers, they hit the natural base. GuMiho pulling Cure apart. Gets 3 SCVs. Gets 3 workers. That medevac barely escapes. Oh my god. On 10 HP. Does get out. And this is some okay damage. This is true. I mean, GuMiho, he already had the faster CC. Remember that. Faster orbital as well. So GuMiho does have a better economy. What's concerning, though, of course, is going to be can he sustain himself against the harass and aggression from Cure, as it's moving out with earlier tank production and with the earlier Banshee. Cure, he does rally his army towards the center. He's going for his push. Of course, Integration Matrix is already researched. Banshee making his way towards the mineral line. Main army through the center. Can GuMiho keep up? Can he maintain that economy? Banshee is revealed. Distracting GuMiho. Getting a Marine, nothing too major. Cure, he does not pull to the trigger. Doesn't pull in. Backs up. And we're calming down. Meanwhile, I didn't quite get to mention this at the time, but GuMiho going for a very fast third CC. Third CC is on the way. Oh! Hellions getting called out. At least they do scout the main army. GuMiho, he's aware. At least aware. Third CC now on the way for Cure. Now the pressure's on Cure as he's about to scout, and the pressure's on to delay the third base. He knows he's behind. Cure, he's oh god. He knows he's behind, losing the Banshee. GuMiho soon to expand, and Cure has to delay for as long as possible, so he himself can catch up. And as Cure is posturing, GuMiho drops across the map. Those are going to be vanilla Marines. Cure, he retreats, he rotates, he will miss the medevac. And GuMiho is boosting into the main. And boosting straight into the main base. Cure out of position. He has no reinforcements back at home. No production either. Cure is just getting picked apart here. And he's committed. He has to go all in. Delaying the third base is not going to be good enough. Not anymore. He has to do more than that. They got depots. So far, he does force back the CC. As a matter of fact, they do drop towards the natural. More SCV is going to be going down. Yeah, getting up to 7, getting up to 8 SCV kills. Oh, not quite 8. Diving on the Viking. Boys are being pulled. There we go. Did I say it? Up to 10. 10 and counting. Third CC is delayed as well. 15 SCVs. 16. That's a full mineral line. And Cure, he at least contains GuMiho on 2 bases, but he's just falling so far behind here. At least economically. Oh no! The gas burns down as well. No. GuMiho has just been all over Cure this game. There he gets his own damage done. Gets an SCV. Gets a couple of SCVs even. Okay, not bad. Order to say pop off. They get 6, 7. Oh my god, they just keep going. 11 SCV kills. Curious catching back up. It is going to be a one-way trip. That's the downside here, is that the Ravens are trapped. Ravens are trapped. Ooh, they snipe a Raven. A little bit sloppy here from GuMiho. We'll clean this up. You're pushing right down mid. Trying to force his way in. Marines, they collapse on the army. The bio goes down, and GuMiho, he completely shuts us down. GG gets called, and GuMiho will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GuMiho does take a lead in the series. Again, a solid game there out of GuMiho. He was just all over Cure. Initially, Cure had a very nice start, killing the building SCV, but outside of that one moment early on, GuMiho was just all over Cure. It was crazy. GuMiho being able to pop off with his drop play, with his counterattacks, with his Reaper Hellion as well, just getting SCV after SCV. Initially, it wasn't anything too major, but I mean, the key moment, of course, was when he was able to bypass the main army. If you remember, Cure, he had gone into earlier tank and earlier Banshee play. He was in the center of the map, and he barely missed the medevac skirting by the army. Medevac got into the main base, unloaded, and these weren't even Stim Marines. They were vanilla Marines, but they killed 16 SCVs. They killed a full mineral line worth of workers. They killed the gas geyser, if you recall, the depot. They delayed the third CC. Like, they got so much damage. They got game-ending damage. And if you remember, the reason why this happened is that Cure, he had nothing at home. He had everything routed across the map. He had no production. He was vulnerable. GG. GG, well played. With that, GuMiho takes the lead. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As we load into one of the larger maps in the map pool, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Terran player from South Korea, representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, it is Cure. Go. And again, as a reminder, we did have a double gas opener last game out of Cure. We had a more economic build out of GuMiho, but we'll see how things differ here. As Cure, he moves out with the SCV, and he is a man on a mission, actually rallying towards the third base location. Are we planning to proxy? Likewise, GuMiho, are we doing the same build? As both GuMiho and Cure, we set out, yep, there we go, great minds think alike. Oh my god, they're just completely in sync. It's gonna be 2x Reaper for GuMiho and 2x Reaper here for Cure. I say Reaper, and yeah, okay, it should be Reaper. There are technically Marauder-based builds like this, but alas, there is no room for a tech lab here for Cure, so it should just be Reapers all around. Yeah, 2 gases are being taken. And let's go. Now, this is not too committed. Bear that in mind. This is not an all-in. It's not an all-in. It's not too committed here. Otherwise, we'd see proxy 2 racks with a second racks as well. It's just 1. Just 1 racks. Just to apply pressure. Maintain map control. Get a bit of damage early on and then transition. Not an all-in, but committed. As the Reapers are on the way. And we'll see who hits first. This can get really chaotic though. On the one hand, I say this is not an all-in. It's true, it's not an all-in, but because they're mirroring each other, there's going to be a weird kind of game state where the Reapers of GuMiho could get into the main base of Cure and vice versa, and then both players start losing SCVs, and then they don't stop, and then the game just ends. It could get rowdy. As Cure, he shoots first. He does shoot first. Massive pickoff. GuMiho taking a lot of hits, has to get the hell out of here, and he's going to lose the first Reaper. Massive loss for GuMiho. Ay, that should not have happened, and that might just be game. That might just be game, because straight up in a mirror matchup, this means that Cure, he has more Reapers than GuMiho. He has more Reapers. GuMiho does slip into the main base, though. Will delay the building factory. But Cure, he's going into the main base, and again, he has a Reaper lead, and well, what can we do? We have to pull the boys. Boys are being pulled. Reaper's under fire. Reaper does go down. Massive pickoff. And now there's nothing here. Now SCVs are falling left and right. There's going to be 1 Marine to defend. GuMiho, he's hoping for a surround. He's trying to look down the army. Alas, he won't be able to. That's going to be 3 SCVs. And the Reaper production continues. And GuMiho, he's up against the wall. Things are looking dire here for him. He's trying to race back. More SCVs under fire. Hellion dives in. Hellion takes a lot of hits. Oh my god. Hellion takes a lot of damage. 1 shot away from going down. GuMiho, he holds. He's holding. Here, still rallying. Still just rallying across the map. Again, GuMiho is down in Reapers, even on Hellions. Second Hellion does arrive. That will help. Back at home, Curie does get a CC on location. It's going to be delayed. Delayed CC. GuMiho going into his own command center on the high ground. Much safer location instead. It's going to be far safer. Cure, he will scout. He will confirm. Is aware what's going on. Cure, he does have... Oh my god. I was going to say he has an economic lead. GuMiho floating into the mineral line. Okay. With this, GuMiho, we can threaten the SCVs themselves. Marine is going to pop out. Marine does pop. I mean, gets an SCV. True. Gets one. Should only get one. Oh my god. Barely. Barely into getting one. Reapers, they try to dive in. They get shut down by the Hellions. GuMiho, he holds. He holds on. He's causing some damage. It's a little bit awkward, but it's happening. Cyclone has arrived. Max has to get the hell out of here. And now we can take a moment. We can take a moment to take stock. GuMiho just now landing his own natural. Cure, his own is already getting saturated. So Cure, he is ahead economically. Likewise, he maintained his Reaper count as well. I do favor Cure here. And GuMiho, he's going into mech. Not just any kind of mech. He's going into battle mech. Into Hyperflight Rotors as well. So he's going Mass Banshee. So the Banshee variation of battle mech. If you recall, we saw this not too long ago as well. From, I believe, Nicaract, if I recall correctly. No, sorry, Baby Marine, that's it. As we casted him against Mixu last night. And did go for the same build, but in a TvZ. Last is that second factory. And mech makes a lot of sense. As you can imagine, mech can be very efficient. A very efficient composition. But GuMiho is going to have to try to slow things down. As tank production has begun. Now, the Banshees, they will allow GuMiho to have some kind of map presence and to counterattack and to harass. True. We'll be able to harass with those Banshees. But he does have to build them up. He has to preserve them as well. Just waiting for Hyperflight Rotors. Waiting for Banshee speed. Just waiting for that. Likewise, Cure embracing Bio. More Raxes on the way. Double E-base, double upgrades. Third CC is almost done. Now that's the third CC just now beginning here for GuMiho. So again, GuMiho, he's down a base. He's down in economy. These Banshees have a lot of work to do. They dive in. They get one, they get two. They get one SCV and they get 3 Marines. 4 Marines even. Not bad. They've reset the Marine count. I mean, Stim is not done. Anti-air is limited. But there's the Cyclone. Oh! Loken is brutal. GuMiho has to retreats. Again, some decent big ups, but I'm sure he would have liked to have gotten some more workers, as he only got 1 SCV. He only got the 1. GuMiho pulling away. Nice rotation. Catches one of the Hellions. Tips into the main. Gets 2 more, gets 3 more SCVs and pulls away. And again, even if they're Vikings, because of Hyperflight Rotors, these Banshees should be able to escape. Oh no, they should be able to, but nice target firing. Kiri does focus on the weakened Banshee, massive pickup. GuMiho coming in to reinforce. No, the Banshee left idle once again. But there's a punish. One of the Vikings gets caught. The rest of the Cyclones are revealed. We can see Cure moving out. Stim is now done. And GuMiho, he needed more time. Cure is rotating over towards the south side. GuMiho double expanding, but GuMiho, he's lacking map control. He doesn't know it. We'll hit the mineral line. Both players under fire. A couple of SCs go down. At the same time, GuMiho back at home also is exposed. Fury does threaten a dive. There's a big disable here on the first tank. Tank goes down. Meanwhile, SCVs are still falling. Nice control by GuMiho. Takes down 10 SCVs. 10 SCVs go down. And again, GuMiho did double expand. Just racing back home. I say racing back with the Cyclones at least. Going for a counterattack with those Vikings. Going for a massive Viking counterattack. Gets a Marine. Banshee trying to distract. The mass Viking coming in. Okay, he calms down. Does pull back. Does pull back, sniping one of those medevacs. GuMiho's own economy has been up and running. Despite losing a base, or I should say despite being denied a base, the workers, they survived. He was able to pull away, just saturate the fourth, get it up and running. Now he's retaking his third. And despite having a rough start, GuMiho, he is recovering. Has recovered. Here pushing through the center. Rotating to the top side. GuMiho, he has his tanks centralized here towards the south. He's not in position. GuMiho getting caught out of position. He has to rotate. These tanks are not helping. Again, that's a lot of tanks. It's just a lot of tanks with GuMiho, and they're just stuck here towards the south. Despite that, Cure, he doesn't go in. There is a window. There is an opportunity here, but he doesn't quite commit. Does rally reinforcements. Oh, getting a medevac. Here come the disables. Cure rotating, trying to push through the center. Tanks are here. Decent tank bullies on the fire. Cure having a hard time pushing in, but his tank count is still strong. And he's pushing through. There's no support here. The tanks are exposed. And they're on their own. There's no Hellions. There's no Cyclones. The tanks, they need some kind of support. And that's where it is. I was like, what are we making right now? We're making tanks and BCs. BCs are on the way. GuMiho being too greedy here with his army composition. Instead of having that buffer zone, instead of, again, supporting his army, he was being greedy. He was being greedy, taking into BCs. Triple armory. What is happening? Getting into triple armory with all the upgrades. Vehicle platings, vehicle weapons, ship weapons as well. Insane. I mean, the first VC has arrived, but it does get a couple of tanks. Okay. There's not enough Marines. Not enough fire. The BC holds. Cyclone blast across the map. Tank is in position. That's only gets 2 SCVs. That one BC hunting down any other unit he can. Tanks, more Marines. Runs into the army, gets surrounded. It does recall in time. Does teleport away. Meanwhile, Curie still has a 40 supply lead. Has a terrifying army. Plenty of fire, plenty of tanks. And GuMiho just doesn't really have enough here to hold. He's got 1 tank, sorry, 2 tanks. Another tank with the high ground. The CC, it's gonna go down. Marines, they can stem in. That one BC doing what it can, but there's only so much it can do. As Curie stutter sets forward, gets into the mineral line. SCVs are going to be falling. 11 SCV kills. At the same time, GuMiho, he gets across the map, takes down a tank, 3 SCVs. It is some damage. GuMiho getting another base. Okay. I mean, I'm still impressed here that even though GuMiho's been taking some really rough trades, or really rough fights, he just keeps expanding. Like, he just doesn't stop. he just keeps taking more bases. He's still okay. And the upgrades are kicking in. He's got 111, 222 now on the horizon. The triple armory. Will GuMiho get away with this? No shot. No shot. I mean, he kind of is. He's still making more Vikings. He's making a third BC. Cure likewise getting into his own Viking production as well. Does dive in, once again going for the CC. A lot of tank shots going off. Really rough trade for Cure, actually throwing away a little bit of his bio. Most of the Marines go down. Does catch the base. Looking at the Viking count is actually slightly in favor of Cure. GuMiho has the better upgrades. But Cure's got more Vikings. Behind this, a third starport on the way, going mass Viking lib. I mean, that's what TvT turns into. For those that are curious, did begin with bio tank, that is true, but you can see here that there's no bio production. There's no Marines, no Marauders. Reason for that is that it's all about the sky. It's all about the sky superiority. Sorry, I should say the air superiority. The Sky Terran. As we need more Vikings, we have Thors on the way for GuMiho. Will help. Thors are on the way. They're pushing in. GuMiho trying to keep up. Yamato is researched. So we could see Yamato's popping up. Secure, he pulls away. Base is being retaken. Both armies are maxing out. GuMiho is still down in Vikings slightly, but he has Thors and BCs to make up for that. Can Cure break through? Not feeling too confident. 2-2 is done. We have 3-3-3 on the way. Let's go. Oh god. I can't believe that he got away with this, by the way. Like, Cure, he had a nice lead. He had a substantial lead. He was able to break the expansions twice, specifically the third base. But GuMiho, he was able to at least the first time save his workers, second time save the command center as well. By time. Rush into battle cruisers, got away with it. More libs on the way for Cure. Getting to more liberators. BCs, they do go for the they go for the upgrades. And the 9+3. It's a 9+3. We should be teleporting away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. GuMiho does teleport. I love that GuMiho, he moves in, he gets damage done, he teleports away, and still sharking around here with these Vikings. Speaking of, though, that's a massive Viking count for Cure. He's got 28 Vikings. He has almost pure Sky Terran. Almost purely Sky Terran here. He's got 28 Vikings, 8 Liberators, he's got 2 Marines, 4 Marauders, and 2 tanks. And how does this work here when it comes to his army composition? On the one hand, he should be able to take over the sky and then take over the ground with those libs. But at the same time, Thors could be an issue. If he stacks. If he stacks during the fight, if the Thor volleys pop off, then GuMiho could take it. Otherwise, it should be in favor of Cure. As the ground army of GuMiho isn't really helping too much. A lot of his supply tied up in tanks, and the tanks are not really going to help when it comes to the main fight. They can trade against the economy, but GuMiho does have to trade them out. Does scan. Ooh, that's a good lot of cancel. Guys finding Vikings, they land. Forcing back Cure. CC should be going down. command center. Curie has to be careful to throw away any Vikings here. He has a lot of Vikings, but he does have a split army. It's spread out. Ideally, GuMiho does want to get rid of some of these tanks, as they're kind of dead supply at this point. They're not going to help in the main fight. Again, they can mainly kill SCVs. It's tanks that don't shoot up. Sure, gets spotted. BC's had to dive in. Cure out of position. He has to respond. And what do we go for? There's not really too much value here. I mean, we can go for the starports, true. And I guess the CC. Liberators, they respond. Teleporting onto the ground army. At least trying to. Speaking of ground army, though, we do push towards bottom right. Flying some of the orbitals. Getting one. Getting two. It's going down. Freedom has arrived. Lords are trying to help. The tanks are going to be thrown away. And brutal losses. The Freedom is too good, and every single tank is going to go down. GuMiho remaxing with Cyclones. Interesting. So going for a Cyclone response. Magfield Accelerator is just now starting. More BCs on the way. Vikings to engage. GuMiho cannot fight this head on. Oh, the turrets though. Turrets, they do help. They catch our Vikings. Same time, BCs, they hit a mineral line. Vikings trying to get the hell out of here. As they do waddle away. Oh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Vikings are trading out. BCs popping up. GuMiho remaxing with more Cyclones, actually. I mean, that is going to be a unique way to deal with this problem. It's going to be unique. Armada's popping up. Getting one starport. Look, there's a teleport. Cyclones, they're coming for the punish. Oh my god, there's a scan. He gets one, he gets five, he gets 6 Vikings. The Cyclone, the Cyclowns. Let's go. That was without Magfield, by the way. So without Magfield accelerators. Kira now going to be forced into bio production, as he needs an answer to those Cyclones. This GuMiho is still building up. Kira now down in the economy, down in workers. Losing more hit to these Cyclones. You can see Kira forced to respond. And the base is going to go down. Oof, it's going to be a kill. Again, the Cyclones was a correct move here from GuMiho. Just a really mobile army. Of course, they have anti-air. So if I'm able to shut down those Vikings. Kira, he's stuck on 3 bases. He barely has economy. He cannot max out. He has no money for it. So has a terrifying army, don't get me wrong. That's 27 Vikings. Coming in to pick him apart. Tries to get reinforcements. Ooh, there's a lock on. Army gets caught out. Curie just sends everything across the map. He's had enough. preliminary orders are the BC. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, BC's in top of the army. GG gets called. No final fights as Cure, he just ran out of steam, and GuMiho, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. The hell just happened? GG, well played. GuMiho with a very impressive game there. Again, GuMiho, he was up against the wall. He was losing SCVs. He was being denied bases. Cure did have a stronger start to the game. Cure even took a Viking lead towards the end there, but GuMiho, he was just so active as well when it came to his harassment, when it came to his Banshee harass, his run-wise, his drop play, the Marine drop into the main base, the Cyclone, or the Cyclone counterattacks as well. Very impressive. The BC run-by is like, I thought it was too greedy for GuMiho to rush into BCs, and it was too greedy because he went BC into triple armory. He was crazy, and that's one of the reasons why he was lacking any kind of presence to defend back at home, but he got away with it. Did get away with it in the end. He was able to defend with the bare minimum, able to counterattack, and able to claw his way back into it, and then overwhelm. GG well played. Very impressive performance there by GuMiho to claim the win, to take the series, and now we're getting ready here for our next matchup. Now, this does confirm our first two in the semifinals, GuMiho and Hero. GuMiho and Hero, they advance on to the semifinals. We are here to determine which other two players also make it to the lower semifinals. Oh boy.